Hello guys, welcome. Good to see the usual faces in the stream as always. It's 4 AM here, why have you tempted me to stay up? Sorry dude. You can, well I say you could fall asleep, but if you're anything like me, whenever I'm watching a stream at night I can't not look. It's not really a thing you can listen to, is it? You want to see what's going on, but yes, we are live. Make a big comeback then. Well, okay, so let's talk about Monaco quickly before we get into things. So, Monaco and the Isle of Wight obviously are pretty different in terms of what I have to do to get the two to work. Audio quality, volume perfect. Thank you, Praywell. Thank you for that. So basically when I switch over from one to the other, I'm using two profiles. Two profiles in Steam, so I have to switch from one to the other. The issue is when you switch from one to the other, you don't actually switch over the themes. So I have to mess around with the theme mixer, get that all set up for each series. So that's why I tend to do a month on one series and a month off, because it is quite painful switching between the two. It is now easier using the theme mixer too, because you can save your particular themes. So that is more of an excuse, but I do like to build in sort of monthly basis. I find it hard swapping from one to the other regular. I kind of like getting into a series and sticking by it really. So yeah, this is the island so far. As you can see, not a huge amount done, but you can see that the farm area here, which is going to be the next episode, which I'm still working on, is working quite nicely now. We're getting some farmlands built up. Obviously it looks better the more you zoom in. So we did do some of this on stream. I did actually do a bit off camera here. So this is basically what you're going to see in the next series, the next episode. And also this very detailed... well, I was trying to basically replicate the look of the cliffs sort of falling down. So, you know, you've got the white cliffs at the solid ones, such as these here. And I just used a lot of decals to make this look a bit more realistic. Especially this series. Which is your preferred city? To be fair, if you're talking about in real life, that's quite a hard question. I don't think I've been to enough cities to really answer it generally. But I do prefer the rural builds. I do enjoy doing these sort of builds rather than big cities at the moment. That may change, you know, you never know. Several themes saved for different builds. That's it, yeah. So that's what I'm starting to do. I am starting to save the themes. I need to really establish the Isle of Wight theme. I haven't done that yet. I keep swapping and changing certain ones. So I need to really define that down. I don't mind which city. The streams are great nevertheless. Oh, thanks, Daniel. Nice of you to say. Switching, yeah, it is tough. But that's why I like to concentrate 1 month on one series and then next month we concentrate on something else. Might not be ideal for you guys when you're watching the streams back and the videos, but it kind of works. I'm in Freshwater. This looks good. Oh, nice. Freshwater's a really cool place. But yeah, I'm not going to be doing a lot of this because if you have a look here, give you an idea on how many decals I used. There's a lot of decals here. I was kind of more trying to prove a concept rather than doing this everywhere. And the frames have dropped dramatically just by having this. And we're only sitting at 100% on the dynamic resolution, which is quite low. I typically record cinematics in 200%, 250%. So I won't risk changing it now just in case the game crashes. Doesn't usually, but you know sod's law it will be when you're streaming as well. So yeah, I wanted to start on a different area. I still want to finish off Ride. There's a lot to build up on Ride, and I want to also connect the two up at some point, but I need to do a lot more housing for the Ride area. So that's something that we need to work on. How does one go about doing the profile switching? It's two separate Steam accounts. Yes, Ben. So basically just make a brand new Steam account. You then need to go onto your Steam, your primary Steam account and share the game to the secondary. I think it's called the parent sharing something like that. If you look on Google, there'll be a link that you can get to straight away just from searching, sharing your Steam profile. And yeah, you basically share the game to yourself on the second profile, and you run it from that authority basically. So it's really handy for when you're working on 2 series. So I want to work on this area, and if my setup is still working, hopefully you can see this. Yes, you can. Okay. So I want to work on this area. So this is the needles. This is the bit that we was looking at a minute ago. There's some batteries here, some rocket testing areas, which I want to do a few little builds on as well. So that'd be quite fun to work on. But I want to work on this area here. This is an area that, if you haven't been to before, it's quite a big place for people to go. People really do enjoy going here. If you go to the Isle of Wight, it's one of those places that you have to visit, basically. And the Isle of Wight is known for its very colourful sands, and it's actually this beach here where these beautiful coloured sands and from the rocks get created. I don't know much about that. I'm not a scientist or whatever that would be classed as under, but basically what they do is they have a sort of, it's almost like a little bit of a fun fairy sort of approach here. You've got some carousels, some shops, etc. along here. Big car park, a little shop, and there's a food place here as well. So I wanted to create this as best I could. Now, I really wanted to also create, which you can only just see, there is actually a stair lift that goes from the main attraction area here, and it goes right down below onto the beach. Now, when I saw that you could do those sort of things, I really wanted to try and do that. It seems to be quite difficult. I have got myself some of the assets to work for the ski lifts, which I think was the best thing that I could use to get this to work. Not sure if I'm going to be able to do it exactly how I want it to, but it'd be cool if I can at least get it to look good enough that we can do some cinematics from that. So we'll see how that works out, but I wanted to just work on the basics of this today. If we switch back over to the game, you can see that we are, this is, it's very similar. I've got the layout down already, so we'll see how it goes today. It's not perfect in terms of the layout here. There is a bit of, this roundabout should be a bit more to the left, but I think we can still make this work. I need to remove some of these trees first. So let's start by doing that. I'm going to get rid of all the trees and just start fresh. And we can then put the trees around it. Because like I said, I'm not sure if this is going to look perfect. Hey Greenbeak, welcome. How are you, my friend? Okay, so I think if we move this up a little bit, so I'm not going to copy it exactly. We're going to do the best we can, just to make it look as realistic as we can do. So this path here basically takes you all the way down to the end of the needle. So you can actually go right to the very end here, look off into the sea. You'll have France over here a little bit way. Obviously the rest of the UK over this side. It's quite a nice little spot to go and have a look at. I also want to put more of these waves all around the island because they look so good. These are the ones I think by Ronix. Hey Fresh Juice. Ordered some food. Love to stream for a pickup war. Nice, man. Currently making a tropical island on PS4 whilst watching this. You know what, Paddy? I do that quite a lot. When I'm watching some, well, basically when I'm working on stuff, I always have. I've got 3 monitors, which is probably a bit overkill, I know. But on one of them I have the game. The second one I have the reference of what I'm trying to imitate or get inspiration from. And on the third, I always have a stream open, and it's normally 9 times out of 10 someone's streaming cities. I'm finishing up my first map, hoping for Bomb Seal approval, but I'm also realistic. Well, you know, a map to someone may not be great, but a map to someone else could be. So never consider a map not good because someone else has told you so, because that's not the way City Skylines works. Okay, so I need to mess around with these paths, but let's first just finish changing my modular station on the capacity to through stop. So excited for the stream. Cheers, man. I've had 2 monitors for a while. Can't imagine going back to a single one. Oh, definitely. I can never have less than 2 monitors. Well, to be fair, now I've got 3. I don't think I can ever go back to anything less than 3. Although I do have my 3rd one in a portrait mode, which is quite handy, especially for now with the stream, because on that monitor I've got the OBS up, I've got the chat log, and a few other little bits and bobs. So, yeah, that's that. So, okay, let's start. So I want to find some little shops to start with. So let's see what shops we've got. Right. So these are quite little quirky shops. They're not anything huge or anything silly like that. Anyone have any tips for vanilla city building? Paddy, I'm probably not the best one to ask. Hopefully someone in chat can give you a better understanding. But to be fair, if you are able to get as many as of the... Oh, hang on. Let's put that down there. If you're able to get as many of the DLCs, it does make playing a lot better in terms of, you know, there's a lot of nice stuff now on the workshop, on the base games for DLCs, which are pretty cool. So that's a souvenir shop. So these actually will work, these souvenir shops. 2 times 27 inch wide, unless you have one. Yeah, I've got 2 27 inches. Actually, I think all 3. One, no, I think one's a 26. Yeah, my 2 main ones are 27-inch gaming monitors, as this one, and I've got a Dell 26-inch portrait. How's it coming along, bud? Been a while. Hey, Mechanical, it's good, man. How are you been? Okay, so what I'm going to do here, actually, I'm going to put a pathway down just for now. So it does kind of come off this roundabout here. We can do something like that. We'll mess these around later. I just want to try and get some of these shops down so we can work out which ones we're going to use. Outdoor cafe area. I think that would work quite nicely. Actually quite nice looking as well. I have nearly all the DLCs. Oh, nice, man. What's the... When you're asking for some tips, what are you looking for tips for? How to... do certain builds, certain things? Is it the way the game plays for you? Can't go below 4K anymore. Definitely. Brought a Samsung CH6090 ultra widescreen 2 together. Nice, man. I think there's nothing better than having 2 monitors the same next to each other. But I don't know if you're anything like me, but I have to make sure that they all line up correctly. Otherwise, yeah, I'm not a happy person. Little souvenir shops. That's a little bit too small. That looks American, which isn't going to suit this. Devlin Booth, hey man. Pint Puggers, first time I've been able to catch you do live. Do you happen to remember the HC gaming? I do, man. I do indeed. That's a blast from the past, isn't it? How you been? Taxi depot, no. These aren't all shops, are they? Let's have a look. Is anything better? I say better. Anything else suitable? What's this one? Substance less than 15. Still farming. Oh no. Oh yeah, I remember now. Yes, yes. Are you still doing your? Because you was doing some farm simulation videos, weren't you, or streams? How are they going? Are you still doing so? Okay, what else have we got here? There's got to be some other shops we can use. Have I just gone past some of the good ones? It's wicked to see where you've gone, dude. I'm tickled. This is great. Cheers, man. That's really kind of you to say. I mean, I think I've just got lucky along the way that people, for some reason, like watching the stuff I do. So, you know, it's a hobby at the end of the day for me. If people enjoy it, then it's an added bonus for me by no means. If we can get rid of some of these bits on here. So I also use this, prop it up. You still shout out the Monaco series? Oh mate, that is awesome. I appreciate that. So let's go to props here. So hopefully we can get rid of some of these bits. So we got what we got in here that we don't really want. We've got the vending machine, which I don't know, where is that? Is that around the back? See, if we could get rid of the fact it said zoo, that would actually be quite a nice item to use. Are those buildings from Park Life DLC? I think they are, Daniel. Yes. To be fair, I always get confused by which is what and what's what, you know. There's so many new ones that come out that you kind of forget what was actually on which, don't you? Alright, what else can we go for here? Partnered up with a channel with 40k subs, got 3 sponsors. I'm in the sim racing now, so it's a different world. Oh, nice, man. That's awesome. I love watching your videos, though, so great to catch you live. Cheers, man. Appreciate it. And you are probably one of the longest serving subs, I think. Certainly one from the beginning, aren't you? In fact, who in the chat here has followed me from the early days? Because it's always interesting. I mean, people who comment on the videos, there's a lot of names that I remember from a long, long time ago. I'd love to, no, but I had to move out. It's like a dollar. Oh, man, that sucks. But as long as you're still playing the game and enjoying it, though, even if you can't share it with everyone else, that's still a nice thing to be able to do, isn't it? What have we got here? What's this? A little shop. That really doesn't work, does it? These are a bit too big. They're quite small little shops as well, which is a bit of a pain. I mean, there might be something else we can find in the workshop. I wanted to get a few bits down today. Only since some random Monaco stream. Okay. Started together. That's it, man. Since your London build. Oh, nice. So that was that the British Challenge? Does Isle of Wight have beach arcades? There's some. Yes, it does. It does, 8. It does. Have I got those still? No, I need to get that. But they do, yeah, they do have arcades. We call them amusements. Do we have... Oh, hang on, what have we got here? We've got some amusements. Is that... Oh, we've already got that one, okay. What's this one? Well, there would be a toilet. I mean, I don't really like the decals. We can see if we can get rid of those. I came from Minecraft to cities back like 4 or 5 years now. It's crazy how long it's been. It really is. It's you know, for a title to be going this strong and still being brought in the sense of it's, you know, a modern game is ridiculous. With the Chelsea FC you did. Oh yes, I do remember that. Yeah, I was going to try and build the whole of the area up for that, but I think that series kind of died to death. I think I kind of lost a lot. I started with Monaco videos with the stadium. Oh, from the stadium. Okay, that's cool. That's quite far in. Hey Sheik, welcome man. How are you doing? Guys, if you also enjoy watching live streams of City Skylines, check out the Sheik 12, because this is a guy that I probably wouldn't be, well, I say I wouldn't be streaming. He's a guy that I followed from the very beginning of my journey of City Skylines. He used to stream on various platforms. Now he's doing YouTube, and he can broadcast a lot better than me, and he can build amazingly as well. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to his channel as well, guys. I owe him a lot of shout outs as well, because I think every time I used to join his streams, he has one of the best voices, best personalities, and when he shouts out a series, he does it with style. I just say it in my boring British way. But yeah, Sheik, welcome. It's good to have you in. Can't remember a while back, rarely comment. City Skylines is like a mini Minecraft. It is, man. It really is. I started following you since Monaco episode 5 or 6, but you didn't have, a YouTube account, so I didn't sub until the Wight. Oh, okay, cool, man. Well, I'm glad you've subbed now. But you're the master. No, not the master. I may claim that I'm one of the better British players, but master is a little bit too far. I've been following for a good while through the walk. Oh yes, The Walking Dead. Chesmin, hey man. The Walking Dead I really did enjoy. I'd love to redo that now, with what I know and what is in the out there now. That'd be really cool. There really is, Devlin. There really is. Everyone supports each other. No one gets angry with each other. It's just a nice thing. And the thing is as well, like, people, I've never heard anyone say so-and-so's copied so-and-so, because one, it's so hard to copy someone. You can take inspiration from someone's build, but everyone is just appreciative of the effort and skills that people put in. And I learn stuff all the time. I see stuff that's been built by loads of people, $2, Prez, Taser, loads of people who build amazing stuff. And I look at it and think, wow, that's actually a really cool idea of what they've just done. I want to see what I can do. And yeah, we all kind of like push each other on, I guess. Weren't you on the City Skylines official top 10 cities? I think I was. I think Monaco was, wasn't it? Yeah, Flux is an amazing guy. I met him at Germany as well. He's a very incredible, nice guy as well. So strict. In fact, everyone I met at in Germany at PDXCon were just amazing. Really, really nice people. Like I say, the community itself is just, well, it's unheard of, really, isn't it, in terms of what is around. Okay, well, I've kind of stopped building, haven't I? Let's think about what we're doing. So we've got a few little shops here. Not sure if we're going to use all of these. I mean, they do kind of work. I mean, I don't like the fact there's a zoo souvenir shop here. We could turn it around, perhaps. Cute. Use that as the entrance, but... Did you hear about my new YouTube series? I'm recreating Monaco. I'd love to see that. What idiot would start doing a series like that, hey? PDXCon was really cool. I enjoyed it for meeting faces of people that I've only heard the voices of, which was really cool. Okay. What else should we search for, guys? What else can we put in this area? I need some keywords to search for. I'm sure I've got enough stuff in here. I'm just trying to think. We've gone a bit brain dead. We want, like, the carousel and things like that. Would it be, like, theme parky sort of things? Amusement stuff. What else have we got here? See, it is literally... It's literally very basic as well. I don't want to go too much into it. I should try a recreation on the console. Paddy, that would be a brave decision to do so. But if you did, that'd be awesome. Even though you say you cannot copy someone, you seem to do it for Monaco. That is true, although copying it badly. One day you'll have the race cars at Monaco set up, I believe. One day I'm bringing my Sims racing friend in droves. Nice. Yeah, that's the plan. That is the finale for Monaco. I'm sure you've all worked it out before. But the finale for me for Monaco is to build the Formula 1 racetrack and kit it all out, which would be pretty fun. Okay, let's search for a restaurant. I want like quite a small little restaurant, but not too... See, these are quite cool, these little ones, because they're kind of like little food stands. And there is quite a few of these around. What else we got here? Park information desk. Not really suitable. By the way, what are you building today? So, Paywell, we're building this area, which is called the Needles. It's like a little landmark attraction area on the island. I really like this one as well. This has always been one of my favourite little restaurants. So I think we'll plop this one down. Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking of, Sheik. I think that's what I was trying to search for and expecting them to be there, but Renewal come unfortunately pulled all of his stuff from the workshop, which is a shame. But yeah, I'll have to see what else there is on the workshop now. Line height to the same as that. You need some crowd control barriers for detailing, yes. At this point, you honestly can't go wrong. We all know your skill level, it's just a matter of time. And yes, years waiting are worth the journey, so take all the... Cheers, man. Appreciate that. Okay, so we're going to have the little restaurant here as you come in, which I think works. So I said that to be the same height as the road, but it... Oh, there we go. Okay. So this is like the main strip for the area. There's also this big car park area we need to work on. What parking have we got? Amount of stuff in the workshop these days is staggering. It's crazy in these days. It is, isn't it? There's so much on there. It kind of ruins your game because there's so much amazing stuff on there. You just want to have everything, and then you suffer after, which is it's one of those things. It's a good but bad issue to have. Right, now I need this lot to probably be the same height as the main road in. It is. Okay, that's weird. Doesn't look the same height to me. Who does the intro song for the series? Gets stuck in my head all week. Cheers, Sonny. It's let me find it for you, and I'll also play it for you because you clearly enjoy it that much. So it's actually an instrumental version. There is actually a version that has the words, which I've not used in an episode yet, but it's called Ain't Nothing Gonna Bring Us Down. And it's by, I think it's Alden Mark Nicholson or something. He's obviously not of English heritage. But yeah, if you search for Ain't Nothing Gonna Bring Us Down on YouTube, it will come up. I do some vanilla nightly modded run stuffs just for fun. Yeah, that's it. You can really go deep into this game, can't you? Elevating dirt parts makes a nice broad walk. Yep, that's a good idea. Is this really the same height as that? It's not, is it? Why is it not going down? Oh, I know why. It's because it's not actually, yeah. You can't lower these paths down. It's all done on terrain. 20 gig of space left in the hard drive. 6 hours later, you start. You know what? Right, I had to really change the way I played the game when I started the Isle of Wight. The Isle of Wight series was kind of my adaptation to playing the game with a lot less assets and mods, and it is a lot better than what it was, but you can easily get carried away, can't you? Okay, I need to mess around with this bit. I suppose we could do this on a bit of a hill, couldn't we? Let's get rid of these bits. No worries, Sonny. Okay. So I'm guessing this is probably the best looking car park area because it is it's more dirt than anything, but I don't know if I want to do a dirt parking spaces. It never looks good when I'm doing those. It does take a lot of willpower, definitely. Okay, so where is The entrance in, I believe, is probably... Could we do something like this? Actually, saying that, this needs to be a road up into at least here. So if we was to do that... Favourite City Skylines build that isn't yours? That's a tough question. What's happened here? I think I'd probably say $2, 20s, Springwood, because it's just so well put together and it's been going for so long. But it's hard to choose from, isn't there? I mean, look, just think how many amazing creators there are and how many great series there are out there. Monaco could take it when finished. I appreciate that, man. What software do you use to edit your videos? I use Adobe Premiere Pro, the latest version. Could we connect this row? What could we do? Should we carry that bit on? Actually, you know what? I think I will actually, as much as I love $2.20, I think actually Corrales, I'll have to say Corrales, because he's the guy that got me into the series. He's the one who got me into playing the game, actually. And I remember it quite clearly. It was when he was doing his waterpoo stuff, and I was actually sick. I think I had like really bad, what's it called? I had a really bad, I think I was basically ill for about 3 weeks, like almost bedbound. And I found his channel from searching for the game, and I literally rinsed the whole of his first series in one sort of, well, it's probably 2 days worth, but I literally just watched it back and forth. It's amazing. I actually met Corrales as well. One of my, it's one of my greatest achievements is meeting the guy that got me into playing the game. I actually managed to meet him as well at PDXCon, and he is the nicest person ever. He really is. Right, I'm just saving something on my other monitor. I'm also going to try and record this at the same time now. Flu, yes, Paddy. I don't know why I forgot the word then, but I did. I was trying to say flu. Yeah. Okay, so that's that bit. Let's put some of these down. Which ones could we go for? Corrales was who got everyone to play City Skylines. You're probably not wrong there. I would not go against that by no means. Do we want the cross ones like these, or do we just want standard ones? 8x2s. 8x2 is probably... That's a little bit too long, isn't it? Probably 2 3s. Art of Godhardt. Hey man, Corrales introduced me to it. Lovely city. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm jealous. I'd love to hang out with Corrales. I had a couple of kids too. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, Corrales was amazing. He hung out with us actually quite a lot over the PDXCon period. When I say hang out, I don't mean he just popped over and said hello to everyone. He literally was, one of us, which is really cool. Let's put that. Is this going to work like this? I guess so. The failure that was SimCity's Cities of Tomorrow is what got me into City Skylines. Punk Palace are the ones that kept me in the community long after it started. Oh, nice, man. That's really cool to hear that. See, I'm just happy that people want to watch the stuff that I build. You know, it's a nice feeling that people are enjoying what you're building, and that means it gives me motivation to show off what I'm building as well. That is true as well. There's a lot of new people coming out as well, which is great. You know, it's not a closed off community. Just because I've been doing it for like 2 or 3 years doesn't mean that no one else should or can come along. Anyone can start recording. I always remember the first the struggle that I had at the start to get 1,000 subs. It seems that when you're past that stage, it's obviously a lot easier. I say easier, obviously YouTube in general isn't easy. Right, so I want to do a little bus area here as well. So the car park comes round. I think I'm gonna have to get rid of these bits for now. We can put those back in after. Let's get back onto here. Let's delete these ones as well. We can draw all those back out. I just want to get rid of the white side of it there, like that. So there is a little building here. I think that's a shop here. So let's see if we can find any shops that are half decent looking. Hey Joe Keats. So what we're doing today is we are starting work on the needles from the Isle of Wight. That's the plan. So do we have a little shop that we can put? It's like it is a souvenir shop really. I subbed when the Monaco series began. Such an iconic build. Oh nice man, I appreciate that. I'm glad you've stuck around as well to catch the other series, the UK one. Well, this series. What else have we got? There's got to be another shop we can use here. See, all of my shops I've been getting recently are for the main build. I think Sally's will fit in too well there. What is this? It's a bit too... I mean, something like that could work. I know it says marketplace on it, but it is quite a big bit here. It's kind of like a big souvenir shop, and also I think that's where you go to get your tickets for the bus, etc. Oh yeah, exactly. Also the asset creators as well. I mean, this game would not be going as long as it is today without the workshop, in my opinion. I think it would have died out. Not died out, but you know, it wouldn't be as... Oh, what's this? No. I think that one on the left looks a bit more British. Tips of getting 400 to 1,000 and beyond subscribers. It's tough, man. In terms of when I got there, it was a very long time ago. I think I got lucky because I started building the Walking Dead series when the Walking Dead was big, so I naturally got a lot of throughput of people coming in. But I would just say, I mean, ideally, you know, you want to be doing weekly videos. I can't do that, and that's probably why I'm not as big as I could be if I put the time in. But you know, people like to know that there's something coming out regularly, which is understandable. That's how all these big YouTubers do so much, you know, in that sense. But just, I'd just say, stick at it. Try and find some interesting, you know, builds that are, you know, interesting to people, and just have fun. I mean, you're never gonna get far if you don't enjoy it, because it's gonna come across very, very simply in your videos, which is why sometimes I don't release videos all the time, because if I'm not in the mood to play the game and I'm forcing myself just to get a weekly video out, it's just not going to be me, is it? It's not going to be very good, in my opinion. Billboard. Oh, can we get rid of the billboards? That'd be nice. There we go. Perfect. Let's get rid of these ugly billboards. Perfect. Yeah, Devin's got it right. Trying to do weekly. Just keep at it. Keep at it. You know, it just takes time and patience. I mean, if you're already up to 400, you're doing pretty damn good anyway. You know, 400 is a lot of people to subscribe, and you'll probably notice as well, out of those 400 people, you probably only have like 25-30% who are your subs watching your videos, which again is good. You just need to, you know, push to get people to want to sub to you, which is obviously the hard part. Try streaming on Twitch. Yeah, man, yeah, give Twitch a go. I think I found you with a NASCAR track and your drag strip when I was researching for a build. Oh, nice, Street. I didn't realise that, Sheik. Yeah, I did the Santa Pod racetrack from the UK, and then I did that massive NASCAR build, didn't I? That was really fun to do as well. Are you streaming today at all, Sheik? I think, is it normally Saturdays you do a stream? I used to do weekly videos, but it's more effort than fun. That's the thing, Paddy, isn't it? If you don't enjoy it, well, not in, you know, obviously people enjoy it because it's fun to play, but if you can't commit to it, it's obviously difficult. It's a fight for algorithm. It is, Paywell, it is. Anything over 10% viewers versus subs is doing better than most. It's easy to get subs, viewers are another matter. That is very true. Subs are a lot easier to get. You know, you can hide it, mods to get rid of those globally, save so much time. I was able to get rid of 6 or 7 mods because of hide it. Do you know what, Sheik? I did have hide it and it just messed up with my game. It was conflicting with another mod. So I kind of just didn't go with it in the end. But I have used it and I have managed to get it to work once or twice. But then there was some weird conflict, and you know what it's like with conflicts. No one wants them, do they? Maybe tomorrow. Oh, cool, man. I'll definitely check that out. How do I capsize objects using PO? How do you mean, Joe? You want about making things larger? Right, what do we want to do here? We want to do a little... We want ploppable asphalt. Do we? Do we want purple asphalt? Or do we want the painter brush? Probably the painter brush. I do want to change the texture for this, but I'm not sure what to yet. Okay, so we're going to... How do we want the bus depot to be? Well, it's not a depot, is it? It's just a bus area. Maybe just something like this. Nothing huge, because there's not that many buses that will come to this. Rotating them sideways. Sideways. Where's that cube? There we go. So if we put this down. What's going on here? Right, so if we get this object like that, PR it. Is that POing? Oh, it's that one, that's why. Is my PO button not working? Is that turned to PO now? No. Let's try it the old-fashioned way then. Devin, nice of you to pop by, mate. Have a little dad nap. I'll catch you again soon, man. Nice of you to pop by. I appreciate that. It's good to catch up as well. So I'm not sure what's going on here. Okay, so here it is. This is in PO now. Rotating them sideways. So you want to edit, general tool, rotation. This is what you want, I guess. But you can do this. Is this what you're on about, Joe? Rotating it sideways like that. Or you can go this way or round like that. If that's what you want, you need to go into the edit section. If not, let me know now and I'll try and work out what you're trying to get to do. I do like this new circle thing. It does make things a lot easier to work with. Right. So we're just going to do a few little bus lanes here, I think. Probably want the yellow lines, don't we? Have they got the yellow lines in network structures? They have. Was hoping you'd show that. Didn't want to type it out. You on about the rotating thing, Art? Yes, thank you. I was making a capsized ship on a... Oh, cool. Yeah, capsized ship. Oh, yeah. That's how you, that's the best way of doing it, I found anyway. I'm sure there's other ways of doing things. Right. So if we, because that's the only downside when you do these. I think actually we're gonna have to do it decals because this land isn't going to be flat. So we either go with this one. What's the longest line we've got? We can always blend it into the ground a bit more. When did they do that? I don't use PO because it's hard for me to master. I think that was the last update, Sheik. It wasn't that long ago. To be fair, I've not used PO that much recently either. So I've only seen that the last time I loaded up the game. So I'm not sure when, but it wasn't too long ago, I don't think. Right, okay, so we've got this little entrance bit here. There'll be obviously a gap here. Let's put this. I kind of want the. We can do the straight ones here. So we're going to do it so that they come in here somewhere. Is that enough for a bus? Yeah, Art of Godhardt, it really does help, doesn't it? I'm so happy they did that as well. Let's see, I think I've got some buses. I must have a bus, surely. Coach. Guess that makes more sense, doesn't it? So if we put a coach there, this then allows us to go to there. Let's pick up these two. Let's copy. It's probably guess it's gonna be free then, isn't it? One, two, three. So missed it today. What you work on today, Pug? Let me give you a quick update. Let me just drop this line in here like that. So this is the Isle of Wight. This area here, if you're familiar, is called the Needles. It's called the Needles because these rocks indicate the look of needles. This area here is the Needles sort of, it's an attraction area. If I just show you on my other screen, this is what we're trying to work on. So it's the Needles. It's basically a little landmark attraction area. So there's some shops here, the big car park we're working on along here, a few little sort of fairgroundy rides, some restaurants and that. So it's just a little attraction area where the main attraction is the beautiful colourful sands that the Isle of Wight has. It's well known for that. There is multiple colour sands all created for all the different rocks and that have formed over the years, making colourful sands. They then have the sands in one of these shops. You then pick your sort of glass shape, you know, anything you want, and then you fill the sand up in layers and create a pretty pattern. That's kind of the attraction of this area. I wonder if we can zoom in. Oh, we can zoom into this area. So there's a little stage in front, if I recall correctly. Yep. There's a little cafe here. I think that's one of the restaurants. A few little souvenir shops, and in here, a little 4D film area. Obviously not proper, but it is. And down here, that's the shop where you get the sand. That tower area here is where the stair lift goes along. So this is what we're trying to recreate here. This sort of little area. I'm assuming it's like the cliffs of... yeah, pretty much, yeah. I'll be back in 5 minutes. No worries, Joe. That's what we're trying to create here. It's a really cool place, yeah. Let's see. Can we... If we lower them down... I don't think it's going to work too well, is it? Because it's not... Yeah, it's really cool, that area. If we can, I'm going to see, because that looks a bit silly now. We need to try and level this land out. It might look silly, but we can hopefully make this work. We can then try and blend it a bit. That should be okay. Let's just bring this out a little bit more, just enough so the road area is workable, because then we can actually lower these down correctly to make it look less bright, because they don't look real in my opinion when they're too bright. Does this work as well? Never knew that. Okay. So this adds a bit to the realism in my opinion, having these a little bit less bright. Also, that's damn good grass texture. That is from, I think that grass is Mac Welshman's theme for the series, yeah. Make that a little bit less there as well. So now technically what we should be able to do, one thing I always have trouble with is them matching it up after to the next bit. And I suppose what I should probably do is remember how the sheet does it, and we will copy both of them. So how many do we want? Maybe... Is that enough? Do we do one more? This side? Maybe we'll do that. And then we'll lower these two down a bit more. Not going to keep this. Going to remove those. So yeah, that's enough space I think for the buses. There is actually a lot more in this area, but I'm thinking that's probably enough for what we're working on. Putting it in Phoenixer now. Yeah, I think it is. It should be Mac Welshman's. Let me have a double check. Grass. Yeah, UK Roads Project Revived theme. That's what you want. Okay. Is this actually on the ground, this bus? No. It is there. Even if some are darker than others, it will still look realistic. That is true, Steve. That is true. Because they do fade out randomly, don't they? But we're going to put some decals over this area regardless to make it look a bit more realistic. And what we're going to do now we've got the road leveled is we can then go and find the short yellow line, this one, and then we can click on the curved toggled line, and then we can go onto here, turn off the anarchy or turn it on even, get these as close as we can so they match like that, and then we can create a bit of a curve to end off this little bit here, which I'm probably going to go to about there, and then the same with the way in. So we want to have, this is going to be the way in here. Is that enough space to turn around? So I guess it is. I might even do one more line of this, which will probably look around there. And then we'll do that a bit brighter, like that. And then these we can then lower down as well. Like that. Concrete. No, what is it? It's 1 by 1 concrete. And we can then make that a little bit more neater. Like that. We'll fill out these gaps and do stuff with that anyway to make it look a bit more appealing. And let's give it a save. Right. Okay. Save. And thanks for the shout out as well, Sheik, on Twitter. Appreciate that. Right, have we saved yet? Let's get in there. Okay. So I'm not going to do lines across here. I think that's okay as it is. So what we will do is we'll just put another bus just in this bit here. I'll find some other ones anyway that may look a bit better. Okay, so that's that. Got these bits here. There's probably going to be all bushes around this area to enclose this area in, which is all good. This is what we're saying is the entrance in, so we could... How much longer will the stream go on for, Daniel? I'd probably say another hour. Now, can we get this to do what I want it to do? Just going to remove that. Unless we go onto here, turn that off, and then that Okay, so we want something like this, but not this exact one. So if we have a look at, just want it so the path drops down like that. That works out quite nicely. And then we go like this. And then just bend that. Nope, that's not bending that. That is that bit. So I just wanted to give the feeling that, you know, this is a little bus area. You've got to go up this curb to get to it, which is all good. You come through here. There is actually a payment toll here as well, which we can then add in here, which will be quite nice. Yeah, that's looking alright now. Right. Is that on the floor? Yeah. Okay, so we've got the car park down. There's another little pathway to skip across. A little zebra crossing here as well, which we'll just add in. Oh, we don't have any. That's interesting. If I had zebra crossings. Never mind. Speed bumps. Do we have those still? Yep. Was focused on my city. What did I miss in the past short while? Not much, Paddy. We just got the bus area sorted, well, laid out. We're going to put a typical British speed bump here. And something along here. Hopefully we can just drop these into the ground and they'll look okay. Yeah, that looks good. Yep, that looks okay to me. Or does it need to go down a little bit more? There we go. Okay. I'm not going to fully enclose it. I'm just going to give the perception that this is closed in over here. Hide some of these bits as well. I really like the combination of these two trees as well. They work quite nice together. We'll do a little sign here. Reduce your speed now. And the typical slow signs as well. Okay. I don't think there's a sign for coaches, is there? I think there's only one for... We've got some other coaches here as well, though. We can always add another colour in, actually, can't we? Let's do that. Let's put that one in there and take that one out. Okay. So what else do we have over here? Put a little rail in here. These are the ones I'm looking for. These ones are really good as well. I like these. They work really well, especially when you join them up. So we're going to do a zebra crossing. We'll probably come across here. So that means we can do a bit of a curve across here. If we can get it a bit better suited. Like that, perhaps. And then a little bit here. We'll just end it to that bit there. Just encloses them off a bit more now, makes them a bit more pretty, I guess. And we'll just do a few here. And then I suppose what we could do is do that to there. Just to enclose it off a little bit there. I won't go all the way around because no bus is going to escape through there, is it? Be interesting if they did though, I must say. Okay. How do you balance creative liberties with realism in your builds? How do you mean by that, Daniel? So I want a zebra crossing to go across there, that'll be fine. Does this need to go down a little bit? Like that. Hey Joe, there's a car coming. Look at this. Over the speed bump. Easy. I didn't even know I had it on play. Well, at least we know that car's going to come over here. That's a bonus. And that's what I like about this now. The actual build is getting cars coming over, which is really good. In fact, I'm actually intrigued to see where this guy's going. Let's have a look, shall we? Is he going to park up and go to one of these shops, perhaps? He is driving pretty slow. But I imagine he is going to park up, which will be awesome if he does. At least we know it works. Is he going to park? He wants to go to here. Nice. Look at this. We already have one person visiting. Right, let's have a look. Do we have any cones? I want to put some cones down. Made a sandwich. Street looks good already. Cheers, man. What sandwich did you go for? Are you an adventurous sandwich eater? You know what, I actually really fancy a... Oh, what's going on there? Just so... I don't know about you guys, but if you're a fan of cheese, obviously to start with, otherwise this question is not going to really apply to you. If you're a fan of cheese, is it me, or does cheese grated in a sandwich taste better than cheese ungrated in a sandwich? It's just something that I've come to understand. It may just be me. Right, let's just do that. Just adding a few cones just to break some of this area up. I'm going to add some decals as well. Let's go for the stain ones. Potato sandwiches. Right, so which ones should we go for? That's a bit too abrupt. Cheese and onion, definitely. Now usually I would make these decals very minimal, but I kind of feel what am I doing? Didn't mean to do that. Kind of feel that that is quite a good look already. I do want to make him a little less dominant. Peanut butter, honey this time, nothing crazy. That's an interesting combo. I mean, it probably isn't to some people, but not something that I've had. Now that looks a lot better. In fact, I'm going to leave some of these a little bit higher than others. For non-Irish people, potatoes are crisps, supposedly the creator of cheese and onion, hence the best, most popular food in Ireland. Big fan of cheese and onion. I'm building a half British, half Italian nation. It has a border crossing. Have you come across Mr. Miyagi's Vigo map I'm using? I've not seen that map personally, but I do know Mr. Miyagi is an incredible map creator, so I can imagine it being amazing. He was the one that created the Monaco map as well, if you didn't know. Okay, that looks much better. Now we've got these stains down, it comes alive, makes it look a lot more realistic. Okay. Let's go for a barrier. And it is actually very similar to this. But suppose you pay on this corner and then you drive in. Question is there something that we can do to make this come out here more? For example, if we was to put this right on this corner here Firstly, is that the best one? I would probably say yes. Again, we could get some cones together. City is flooding. Oh no, man. Bad times if your city's flooding. Monaco used to flood quite a lot as well, which is never fun. That he did. I'm building this nation on behalf of your Isle of Wight work and Monaco work there. Both understand to me. Congratulations. Oh, cheers, man. That's really cool. You'll have to post up some screenshots or something in the Discord or my Twitter so I can see how you're getting on. Whoa, what's going on here? What was that? What was I moving? Oh, the whole car park. Okay. Feels great to watch you stream whilst detailing my own city steam. It does, doesn't it, Legan? That's one thing I was saying earlier. I really enjoy doing that. I think using pluggable pavement and some curb networks will look better. I was thinking that, Monominous. I was thinking we could do something like that. But do the curbs match up with these? Because these are different curbs, aren't they? The ones we've got here. There's also a one-lane version of that prop with a single stick thing. Is there one? Did I just miss it? Is it with the hut though? I want the hut still. Maybe I didn't get it off the workshop. That's two. That's two. Yeah, I might have to go back for that. I'll try it on Steam. I'm following you on Steam. Okay, yeah, go for that. Hey, Dark Warrior. Welcome. So let's see, do we have suitable curbs that will match what this one is? Because these curbs are slightly different on the these bits. We could even go for some of this. You might have to add that hut. No. It's, I probably, yeah, I think you're right. I probably have not added that one to the list. So we could do something like this, couldn't we, and fill this bit in. Why do they keep picking up the bit there? It's hutless. Oh, okay. Yeah. We'll stick with this one, I think, for now. Is this on like a tilt or something? Do you think it's a good City Skylines on PS4? Should I buy it? I think Paddy, if he's still here, I think Paddy was playing it on PlayStation. I've not actually played I played it on console for about 10 minutes when I was at PDXCon, but not enough to really give you a solid answer. The way I play the game, I probably couldn't. You haven't missed the one with the hearts. It's all one collection, so you couldn't have. Okay, that's weird. Maybe it is just one like this then. That's got two. That's got two. That's got two. That's got two. Question is, do we do this or not? And we could literally just do a little bit here. Let's have a look. Oh, you're on about making one, are you? Like this and putting the two together. Clever thinking. Thank you very much for that. That makes perfect sense. So now if we were to do that. We can then put that there. We can go back to the barrier. And then we can probably just do... Actually, how are we going to do that? Can we then... Could just do that, couldn't we? Wasn't quite what I was thinking. We may come back to this. I may change this. I'm not happy with this at the moment. Have you tried the medium prop and network by Palladian? They are exact fitness of the parking lot roads and medium. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I'm not sure if I have. Probably not. Yeah, PO probably will be a and wise thing to choose there. Yes, as Sheik says, now's the time to buy the game if you do. There's a big discount at the moment, and I think if you use my affiliate link in my description, I think you can also help me out. Okay, Joe, I'll have a look at that later. Okay. I think I might leave that, and then if I jump onto the workshop, medium, what are they called, props. I think I had those for, maybe it's Monaco that I've got them on. Must be from that, yeah. Is it this one here then, Chic? Or vanilla rebuilt? Is it the second one? 1 or 2? Is the game boring? What do you think? I don't find it boring at all, Dark. I think it depends on your creative flair. You can always buy the base game and see how you think of it. If you're looking to play on the PlayStation, it's obviously going to be a very different experience of playing on the PC, but by no means is one better than the other. It just depends on how you want to play it. Die Hard Hunter made a mini collection of 2 guard shacks that look a bit better as standalone hunts. Let's have a look. Hopefully Sheik can direct me to which one of the... to be fair, I may as well just download both of them, and I... Do you mean these ones, the Wight one? It's on PlayStation Now to get a free trial. Oh, is it on PlayStation Now? Is it? That's awesome. Yeah, I think so, Arts. Yeah, I just got both just to make life easier. PlayStation Now is just a streaming service, yeah. Snowfall, best DLC, White Trams. Well, that's actually Beard Monkey one, actually. It's not that. Though that would probably work for something else I've got in mind, so I'll add that. Why can't I find those then? What else we got? That works for something else. Oh, here we go. Is it this? Godhardt mini pack. It's quite a cool little set. Yeah, the Beard Monkey one's quite nice. I'm definitely going to add that because that can be quite versatile, that building. Snowfall wasn't that great, especially for people who detail. True. That's true, Chavis. I think that was probably the one, I guess, because I can't see any others. Obviously, annoyingly, I can't show these in game now because you have to restart it, but okay. Am I going to build Totland today? Probably not. Probably not today, I'm afraid. Okay, so let's leave this for now. We know what we're going to try and attempt over here, so that's fine. The little bus depot's sorted. Let's get the... So there's actually Crazy Golf as well. I'm not sure I have any of those golf ones anymore. Do they still have mini golf on the workshop? I probably need to get a few of these little bits, don't I? Some of these little parks as well are probably going to look better. Can you download Steam and PS4? No, there's no Steam compatibility, I'm afraid, Dark. So you wouldn't be able to get any of these extra bits that you get on the workshop. It's just the DLCs that I believe you can get. Which is obviously a shame. So I think on the workshop I need to go and have a look at some other what are they called? Some other like golf stuff, mini golf, amusement-y sort of things. I need to go on the workshop and find a few more of those. These don't look terrible. I probably will get rid of, if I can. Can we get rid of the bottom? No, we can't. Hey White Walker, how are things? Like everyone in here, I'm loving the series. Cheers, man. I'm good, thanks. How are you? How's your weekend going? And thank you for joining. Yeah, as Tavish says, there's obviously a lot more you can do on the PC. The Steam Workshop, for starters, is probably what makes this game still be alive and kicking after so many years. Now let's see if we can get this ski. What was it called? I think it's on one of these. Vehicle, cable car, ski lift. See, the annoying thing about this is I think we have to have one of these big buildings as the main starting point, whereas really I could do without having to have one of those because they are not the nicest looking. Let's have a look. It also took me a little while to get the bits to function. I don't know too much about what is needed for these ski terminal bits to get them to work. So let's have a quick try now. I'm not sure what you need out of these. I assume it's going to be one of these main hubs and then probably one of these two with the cables between each. Which is a bit annoying because I don't want to have a big building. There might be a custom entrance in the workshop. What, for the ski stuff? Or hide in the building. I could hide in the building, couldn't I? Let's just see. I'm struggling for a name for a tiny village next to the estuary. The river is called the River Orta. What's the... whenever I try and think of a name of something, I always try and picture what is, what's going on. In terms of, like, is there, like, a big forest nearby? Something that you can kind of combine a name to something. Okay, so these don't work as they are. If anyone has tried to do this before, do let me know. Yeah, Dark, there's obviously a lot more. I mean, if you've got a good enough PC to run it on there, I would highly recommend it being on the PC over the PlayStation or any console. But obviously, not everyone can have a console. Sorry, a decent enough PC to run it. I've just binge watched all of Rick 4000's Screenshot Ville Oh, nice. He'll enjoy hearing that as well. He's does some fantastic work. Okay. You've done well to get through all 35 episodes. Okay, so this isn't working, is it? Oh, hang on. It was. Okay, so that does work. Okay, cool. So what do we have? We had this. Swung round the other way. Oh, if this works, this is going to be amazing because it means I don't have to put a building there. Let's just test it again. We'll do a few tests actually. We'll do that one. We'll then do 2 of these back to back. Hey WJ, welcome. How are you, my friend? I assume we're going to need one of these at the very least for it to work. And annoyingly now it's not going to work, is it? A few oak woods nearby. There's also an island with a monastery on it. Interesting, interesting. Okay, these are working as well, guys. This is going to be a lot better than I thought. I'm from Greece. I don't know good English, just to let you know. To be fair, Dark, you're doing very well. Your English is very good. But do let us know if we don't make sense as well. We'll help you out as best we can. So this is good, but the... Is it because of the height? So it works, which is a good thing. So I think, if I'm thinking correctly about the map, it goes to there. But I need to bring it down as well. Just joined. Where are you building right now? Hey, Paul. I am building on the outskirts of the island. This is the Needles area. So we're building the amusement sort of attraction park here. Where in the UK are you from? I'm Northampton. I'm Hertfordshire, so not a million miles away. That ski lift is that. I need to get those way better than Villa. They are chic. They're really cool. This is the, I think it's that pack that I think Flux did an episode for this. I'm not sure now. What I need to do though is we know this works, but does it work if we put one down here? It has Mac Welshman's Child Church with a couple of Wickford 1000 village assets. Oh, nice. Yeah, that church is ridiculously good, isn't it? I really like that. Can we go, if we went to valid shape. If we did that, let's raise this up a bit. I don't think this asset works as a through stations. You may need to do a shuttle system. I just want it to move up and down. I'm not too bothered about people getting on it. What does it actually say here? Be really safe to this blah blah blah. Pay passes are required to ride the chair. So it's, yeah. I'm not sure if it's going to function like correctly, but if I was now to delete that and we raise this up, got rid of that, and then we went something like that to then down there, will that work? This is purely for visual, yes, WJ. Is this how they collect the sand? No, this is actually for people to come down to the sand areas. This is where the sand is collected, but this is for like this is like an attraction basically. It allows people to pop down and just see the area. It's more of a, you know, sort of just a little adventure for people to go down. Obviously the kids love doing this sort of stuff. Do you think there would be a Mass Cities Skylines UK meetup? I would think that would be amazing to meet everyone. I don't think there's enough people in the UK, is there really, to warrant that? In terms of people that play the game. It would be cool. I don't like the fact that these don't connect up though. I'll have to take the screenshots a little bit better, wouldn't I? Is there a way of just... Well, at least we know it works. We can get this to function now. More people own City Skylines than live in Ireland. That's pretty cool. Okay. If we raise this up a little bit. It's a shame they don't meet, because that would look really cool if they did. Yeah, we might have to do something. I think actually what I'm going to do is add a few more points of level entry across here. If we go to, say, there, and there, and then down there. I think there'll be enough to meet at a pub and have some lunch. Yeah, you're probably right. Let's move this down a little bit. It's not perfect like that, I know, but... Oh, need to move that one down, definitely. In fact, let's make this be pure, completely straight, so it makes more sense. So I don't want it to be too high, annoyingly. These are going to go into the ground, but what we could do is there a tutorial on the workshop page for this? What part do you mean, Anonymous? I mean, I could hide that because nothing's going to be going on here, is it? I'm going to end up redoing these just so it looks a bit better, I think. So let's say, because I want it to stay straight, that's the issue. Go to like there, then we can have a little curve. So then it matches there. So we did that to here, we can then go down there, hopefully. A tutorial for making the ski connection looks good. I'm not sure if there is. I don't think many people have really experimented with these, if I'm being honest. Now the good thing is we can just get rid of these and put them in as PO after. That's probably what I'm going to do. I think we can, although saying that, that's going down at the same time. We want that to be the same height as this, which it doesn't do. Yeah, I'm thinking about using PO Wight. Question is, if we move that and delete it, and then see if we can level these out to make them flat. I think they're naturally going to have that little bend in it, which is a bit of annoying. The author said not everything matches up. Okay, that's fair enough. We can't expect it all to work perfectly well, can we, with the mechanics of this game? So it should be fine as it is. As long as we get it roughly level, I think it should be doable. Use the PO and bring the bottom up. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we can probably then turn that to a PO. If it's going to let me. Don't crash. Okay. So it does allow me to do that, which is good. So then we can probably put this on this corner. If we just find the PO bits. Maybe it does need to be on this corner. It does show that if you use the building option in the move it, it only moves the pillar. Okay, yeah. I think I've discovered that the hard way. Because of the different look. I mean, we can probably get away with that. It's not perfect, but if the game doesn't allow it to be perfect, it doesn't allow it to be perfect, does it? We'll just make do with what we got. I mean, ideally we'd want that to be the same level, but it's fine. We can just do something like that. And we can probably actually, if you think about it, could even just do something like this to sort of bring the two together. Maybe. I mean, that doesn't look terrible, and it does bring the two together a little bit better. We can probably do the same over here then. Match up with that. It's a bit deceiving to the eye when you move these bits around. I think that looks alright. What type of PC do you think is good? It depends how you want to play the game. If you're going to play it very detailed, you want something like an i5 and above with as much RAM as you possibly can have. That's what is where all your assets are saved and stored, so you want that to be pretty good. This I've got 64 gig, and I also wish I had more. But yeah, it depends on how you play the game, of course. Okay, so that's not looking too bad. Not sure why we're getting different vehicle leafings. What one do we want? Edit vehicle type. Edit vehicle type. Well, at least we know this works. I mean, we do need to probably extend the beach a bit more, or at least, if we can, pull this lot across a bit. Not that much. If we did that and then moved this over a bit. Like that. And we need to make some sort of platform here for people to get off, which will be the fun part. But mechanically, I'm happy. It works. We obviously need to do a bit of work around it, but this is obviously one of the main bits I wanted to work on for this area. So that is good. Okay. So I need to go on the workshop and find some more of those bits and bobs so I can do that. Is this the one we don't want? Yeah, we just want this one. I think. Is that the one where people sit in it? I'm not too sure actually now. Let's give that a save because we've now managed to get that to work, which is all good. Does a lift actually exist in this place? It does, yes. Let me see if I can find it for you on the other monitor. So, stair lift, or whatever it's classed as, is around here. I think this is probably on it. Yes, so here it is. So it basically brings you down. Just got some random person's feet here. Brings you down to this little platform which we need to create, where you get on and off, and then you can then walk around. There's a beach area to look around. Obviously that's the needles over here. You can also, if you don't want to go down the stair lift, there's a stair, well, stairs all the way down, which we'll try and replicate. I'm not sure how easy that's going to be to do. Let's see if we can get a better view. If you're up here. Here we go. Yeah. So you can see they go over all the bushes. That's where the theme park area is that we're working on. And it takes you off the edge and right down. So pretty cool. It is quite scary to go on in the winter. It never feels like it's as safe as it should be. So we need to think of a way of getting the path down there as well. So we probably have to do a bit of terraforming. Ski chairlifts on a beach. Ironic, it is, isn't it? But it's one of their famous places, one of their famous attractions. So actually, thinking about that, we don't actually need this to be. We can actually bring this right the way out to the sea, which then makes this a bit more of a pleasant drop down. I'm guessing you can change the vehicles on here because there are better ones than this cable car. What would that say there? Right click to follow this vehicle, holding down the shift key when... Okay, no, we don't want to do that. Edit vehicle. Is it chair lift? Apply. Yeah, Paddy. They often do close them down when it's too windy. Obviously, becomes quite dangerous, doesn't it? I need to get more than one going though. What's going on? Next project is the Osborne House. Nice, Joe. That'd be awesome. Is this even... What is this? Do people actually sit on this? It's hard to work out what it actually is. So this is what's classed as the bubble chair lift. We don't want that. We want that one. Apply. So if we then get rid of it, will it then spawn as that? Keeps releasing those ones. Change screen back. What do you mean by change screen back? Oh, sorry. See, it shows I'm not a very good streamer. So yeah, I'm trying to get these to change, but they keep... So I wonder if people will board on these then. Maybe they will. Sorry guys. Because if I go to edit vehicle here, every time I change it to chair lift, passenger capacity, let's just do 5 to see if it does anything different. Click apply. Line overview. That's my ferries. I don't want to touch those. That's trains. So you can't actually change any of the details by the looks of things. It's still the bubble chairlift. I don't want this. I'm keep changing it on here. It doesn't seem to do anything, which is a bit annoying. And it just changes back after. That's very strange. It did work the first time, I thought. Doesn't look like people sit on it either. It looks like it's enclosed. Any update on the map theme? Any word on release date? Hey man, I'm still working on it, to be fair. I'm still trying to decide what I want the final map theme to be. When I do, it will be a theme mixer theme. So you will have to have a theme mixer to get it to work. But I want to try and do it before I switch over to Monaco again. So I will work on that, man. So do keep watching. I will update you and let you know how that all goes. Hopefully not too long. Hopefully before the end of the month I'll get it all sorted. Okay. I'm kind of losing what to do with that. No worries, man. So let's see if is there like a big pier that we can use for over here. Could do like a couple of these on top of each other. That's kind of what it looks like. So we plop that down there, put 2 down. Put that on top of there. Perhaps we'll go to there, so it makes it a bit more realistic. We can bring this down to about there, perhaps. Let's see what it looks like when the when this comes in. It's either that or we go for one of these ones. I'm guessing probably these are better, aren't they? The ones that are just placed down. It's not a bad height. Okay, let's try that. What's going on with this? Why has it got a weird... Is this the one that you then build off of as well? Must be, isn't it? can then just use these ones. When you realise your road and train lines aren't connecting to the main ones. I always struggle with doing those bits. Not sure why. There you go, could do something like that. That's not too bad. Probably want to put another one here though. Oh, actually, it's these, wasn't it? But they only come off this side, okay. So we could do that. And yeah, that's not too bad. I kind of want to get these stilts as props, or at least something similar to it. What do these ones look like? Oh, they're the ones. Oh, perfect. Okay. For once, something's named the same way I name them. So we can just put these down here. Like so. That makes much more sense. And that actually looks pretty decent. I'm happy with that. Although I am wondering whether we keep this bit here. I'm thinking we might actually get rid of this. Just keep it like that. Do they actually have wooden steps? I don't think they do they? Have you come across the Control Z mod Undo? It's very, very useful. I've just used the Move It mod for most of the stuff, but I have seen it. Is that Ronix's asset? The pier? It is, Sheik, it is. Yeah. I think it actually looks really nice. Kind of works quite nicely with little benches on the outside as well. This pier bit obviously comes into this land so people can walk off after. We'll have to put some barriers up and all that, but in general that is pretty much the same as what you would see if you was there in real life, which is perfect. And guys, as well, if you're watching and you're new today, please do hit the like button. And yeah, follow if you're enjoying the game. Enjoying the game, obviously. If you enjoy me play it. Okay, so that looks as good as we can probably get it. Probably do want to raise this up a little bit now. So I think that's the PO bit. Like that. Makes a lot more sense if it's around there, I would say. So, how do we make a staircase going all the way down to the beach? That's going to be the fun part, and I think it needs a quick save because I'll probably end up breaking something. If you use the wood decking path, that will also create steps. Oh, does it? Wood deck pathway. You're on about the one I just used then, Wight. Ronix's one. I didn't realise it done it as steps. Right, let's pause the game. So do you mean the pier ones? Aquarius had a step asset. Now I've got step ones on here. I'm trying to work out if Wight's on about these. Oh, you're asking, okay. I don't think they do. I think it just goes into a long slope, yeah. So the steps that I have aren't... Why is it stair, maybe? I don't think that, yeah, I don't think that is a possibility. We could just do... I mean, these ones float a bit, don't they? I think we need to get a better curve on this. And I think I am, yeah, I'm using these. I need to... get that out of the way. And probably blend this down a little bit more. Pathways, we could use pathways, yes. So we'll do a pathway going alongside here. But it's this part here that I want to tackle and put some sort of fancy stairway round. You could make some with Beard Monkey's wooden joist pack. Have I got that? It really could work, couldn't it? With an invisible pathway, yeah. I'm not too bothered about people going down. I think that's going to be a bit of effort to get them actually to go up and down these staircases. What I'm trying to think of doing is how to get a smooth flow down. It might be easier to use. Is there actually any wooden staircases on the workshop? Wooden stair. I think they're all brick, aren't they? Yeah. Stone staircase by Armesto. I think they're the ones I've already got here, these ones. I mean, we could do a bit more of a simple version. What else can we do? Let me have a look at this staircase on the actual map. If we can. I actually don't think we can see it too well. Because it is actually a wooden staircase that goes down it, so we could ramp it. Dirt footpath makes a nice broad walk if you look at stairs, country style, yeah. Well, I'll show you, let me just show you the other screen quickly. This is what it looks like. So it's almost like a staircase is put on top of the grass. And then it's moved around in all different areas. So if there was something like that, I mean, the closest we probably have that may work. What do these ones look like? We could probably get away with something like this and then put some like stilts underneath. If we had something like this, maybe. Maybe something join. I mean, they're not obviously wooden. Whether they would work together. What about the key stair props by Vanya? I don't think I've got those. Oh, those sort of ones. Yeah, possibly. Possibly. I think the angle of these needs to be really quite short. Because it's only up until here, we don't really care what it looks like. It's when we get here where it matters, and I'm guessing we just have to do like one like sort of S shape around it. That's probably something I need to look. Oh god, what an idiot! That's probably something I need to look at off camera as well. This is where you're going to tell me to have that Control Z now, isn't it? But I think we can do this. I think it can work. We can do the pathways. I mean, we can get away with using these pathways on the way down. I think we can sort something out for that. Can we have a tour of the project so far in one soon episode? Use the stone stairs and add the wood planks to each step. That could work, right? Might be a bit painful, but yeah, it's a good idea. Joe, do you mean you want to see a tour of the island now, or you want to see a video of how far we've got so far, sort of an overview? Or both? Because I'm probably going to wrap it up pretty shortly now. It's how long have we been streaming? About 2.5 hours, I think. Yeah, 2.5 hours. But we have made a bit of progress. I know not a lot has gone on, and there's a lot of unfinished parts that we've started on. But we've got the little bus area in. We've chosen the main building. I need to find some more buildings online on the Steam Workshop to fill this little area in. Need to think of a little platform here for the entrance to here. So I need to make something around this. Tour of the island. Okay, well, we'll have a little tour before we finish things off. So I'll try and do it in order of how he done it. A full tour video. Yeah, I think we could probably get away with doing a video soon for what we've done so far. So the first episode, for some reason these houses here keep growing back incorrectly, which is really annoying. So ignore these houses. I need to change them. I think I use ones that upgrade and then something happens to the game. And also I'm not using the complete theme correctly because this looks very strange. Yeah, so because I'm still messing around with the theme, this area looks a little bit different than what it did beforehand. But this is the ferry terminal. So yeah, the ferries do come in from here, as you can see. It will take a little while for them to come over, but they come into port here, which is really cool. This is Fishbourne. Again, ignore some of these bits here because this should be a different colour. It's just the theme has changed, which I need to really establish before I carry on. So yeah, using a lot of Mac Welshman's houses, which look really nice. And then over here we have the start of what is the imitation of Ride. So we've got the high street on the front with the typical high street shops that you tend to see. In fact, yeah, ferries are coming in and nothing. No, is there CP? They are. They're coming in slowly. Hopefully. Now I've said that. Yeah, there we go. Ferries are coming in. Let me just go back to my original theme here, because something doesn't look right. Maybe it's because I changed the colour of the roads for Taser's video. That was why. Let me just try something here very quickly. Let me save this mix as Isle of Wight 0703 just for now. And then I'm going to go and load this one. Was this the original, perhaps? Not sure if that changed much. So yeah, there we go. That's going in. We've got the Pier train station, which is all functional as well. Added some extra like iron work as well around this. So yeah, the train station works really well as well. I was really happy with that. Yeah, they are quite old ones, aren't they, the ferries? If that's what you're saying, WJ. It happens whenever you want to show something cool. That is true, CMD. But yeah, so it is slowly coming in. Obviously very laggy here. Also got the hovercraft area again, which also works. The hovercrafts do come in, but again, as we know, it's not working right now. Hello bro, it's been a long time. Glad to be with you, watching some Eurobros. Hey man, nice to see you. Unfortunately we're at the end of the stream now, I'm afraid, dude, but really pleased for you to drop in, and I will put this live as well, so you'll be able to watch the rerun. So we've got this little bit here as well, some extra car parking. Yeah, it's a bit laggy here, isn't it? And the roads don't look great because we were using a different road. Let me change that. What was it under? That is under road color changer. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that is true. So yeah, that's better. It'd be something like that. So yeah, need to enhance this area. Basically just block out the whole lot. It is quite a blocky part of the island, which will be good for us because we can just block all that on. Up here we have the amazing Osborne House by Matt Welshman, which I detailed. One of my favourite models in the game. Really, really pretty. And really fun to detail around as well. The next stream might depend on how Chelsea do tomorrow. That could be a thing. So that's the Osborne House. We've then got some farmland that we was working on. Again, I need to sort out the themes because they're not perfect right now. But yeah, I love doing these little farm areas. Really, really fun. Some tractors in the fields. Got the moving animals as well. Just cries out rural Britain to me personally. So we've got a proper farm here as well with cattle and all the usual bits you expect to find. And remember guys, I'm actually doing this at 100%. If I changed it to 300 it'd look a lot better, but then we'd have even more lag. But I love the textures you can get with the decals on top as well. Look really, really good. And then this is what we did a little while back. Some extra little villages and farmhouses. Brick 4000's farmhouses, which are really, really amazing. And that leads us over to what we was working on today. The needles area, which we'll go back to next time. And then we've got Taser's build here as well, which we added in. The recent Chale Church by, again, Mac Welshman. So yeah, all in all, things are starting to take shape. Oh, sorry, we've almost missed out Rick 4000's guest build as well. Another fantastic guest build. Another little village. And the thing is, both of these two village builds so far have given me inspiration for when I build my next one as well. Both of them use very different techniques to each other. Both look amazing. And it's, you know, a bonus for me because I can steal their ideas and make it look even good. Make it look better for me as well, which is great. But no, I really appreciate both of them two working on these guest builds, and we will have some more guest builds coming up. I've got a few guys I'm already speaking to, some creators that are amazing at what they do in general, so it'll be really fun to see what they get up to on the build as well. And we did this other little house as well here, another little mansion by Mac Welshman. The church, where it really does, isn't it? That is one of the best churches on the workshop. I don't think anyone can disagree with that. So a little bit of a manor house here with a little custom pond. And I think that's pretty much what we've done so far on the island. That's nothing, that's just me messing around. Oh no, actually no, we got this area. I almost forget this area. This is the fort that I created, which is really fun to build as well. So a little custom fort that I built. And then we've got a little village area here as well. Moving further down, we have the batteries, which were used in the war. This is where the big guns were housed to shoot over for anyone incoming over from France. These were custom made as well, which are really cool. The church is not Dutch looking, so nothing for me. To be fair, there's not a lot of UK churches in the workshop, and that's why Mac done that one after seeing the build that Tazar done. And here we have, this is actually Whitecliff Bay imitation camping site. So a lot of mobile homes, a little swimming pool, little changing room area, and a little shop. And we've got the camping site area next door as well. Something that's close to home. I've been to many of these before. And yeah, they look really cool. No water spawn point in the fort moats. No, that fort actually has no water around it, Wight. So I left it as it was. I'm sure there was water in there at some point, but it actually just does look like this. In fact, let me see if I can find an image of it. I forget what fort it was. We need more cathedrals from the UK. Yeah, that's true. Where was the fort? It was... Oh, it was right over this other side, wasn't it? Bembridge area, I think, yeah. Oh, nice, WJ. So yeah, this is the fort that I recreated. As you can see, it's kind of just a hidden grass verge, basically, fort, which is what I was trying to do myself. And there's no water in these little bits. I'm guessing there was at one point, but not anymore. Got to bounce. Have a great night, Pug and chat. Build looks awesome. Cheers, man. I'll definitely, if you're going to stream tomorrow as well, Sheik, I will definitely make it my duty to pop in. If not, I'll rewatch the live stream as I'd normally do. But thanks for popping by, man. Appreciate that. It'll be more dense urban. It will be some more dense urban area. That's true. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much where we're at so far. I was commenting on Mac Welshman's church. He said he'd start with church because cathedrals are complex. Maybe in the future he or Rick can do the few. Yeah, I imagine it'll be more likely to be Mac Welshman that does that. Rick's kind of moved on to some of the flats now as well, which I think he released today or yesterday. They look really cool as well. I'm trying to find somewhere on the island that I can use those flats for, but unfortunately the island doesn't have too many flats, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, guys, I think that's probably going to be it for today. Obviously a lot more to do. I'm not sure how much we will end up doing in terms of completing the island. There's obviously a lot of farmland which I'll probably do off camera at some point just to fill places out. We're not going to do all of it like for like, as you know. It's not meant to be a recreational. It's obviously taking parts of it and seeing how it goes. But for today, guys, I think we're going to call it there. So before you go, if you can do me the honour of just liking the video, it always helps out with people seeing the video and going from there. Otherwise, guys, I probably will be... I'll try and stream again next weekend, but I can't guarantee at the moment due to work and other commitments. But I'm definitely going to try and release the video this weekend coming. And we'll see how things go from there. But thank you all very much for your time. I know a lot of you have been here from the start. So I really appreciate that. I'll never know how many people are going to watch when I'm doing these streams because, you know, it's a Saturday night for me. Most people are out doing their own thing. So I appreciate that. Thank you all for stopping by. Yeah, have a good rest of your weekend and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching and all the best.